the nature of dark energy. Have you ever stood in a completely dark room, so dark that you can't see your own hand in front of your face? You might wave it around, you know it's there, you can feel the air moving, but you see nothing. No shape, no form, just the profound, absolute absence of light. Now imagine that feeling, but for the entire universe. What if I told you that the vast, overwhelming majority of our cosmos is exactly that? An unseen, unfelt, unknown presence. We are living in a universe where over 95% of everything that is completely invisible to us. We are the ghosts, floating on a tiny speck of visible matter in an ocean of shadow. And the most profound, the most powerful, the most terrifying and beautiful component of that shadow is what we call dark energy. This isn't a story about black holes or distant galaxies. This is a story about the true nature of reality itself. It's a mystery that is literally reshaping the fate of all existence. So, let's get comfortable and dive into the greatest enigma science has ever faced. The universe that shouldn't be. To understand dark energy, we first have to rewind the cosmic clock. Way, way back. Imagine the universe not as a static painting, but as a living, breathing, expanding entity. For most of human history, we thought the cosmos was eternal and unchanging, a fixed backdrop of stars. Then, in the 1920s, an astronomer named Edwin Hubble made a shattering discovery. By looking at the faint light from distant galaxies, he realized they were all rushing away from us. And the farther away a galaxy was, the faster it was receding. Think about that. It's as if you took a marker and put dots on a partially inflated balloon. Now, blow it up some more. Every dot moves away from every other dot. The universe is that balloon. It is expanding. This led to the glorious and now well-accepted Big Bang Theory, a single, unimaginable point of all energy and space-time, flowering outwards into the cosmos we know. For decades, cosmologists assumed that this expansion was slowing down. Why? Because of gravity. The mutual attraction of all the matter in the universe, every star, every planet, every speck of dust, should be pulling everything back together like a cosmic rubber band, slowing the Great Escape. So, in the late 1990s, two independent teams of astronomers set out to measure this deceleration. They aimed the most powerful telescopes at the depths of space, looking for a specific kind of stellar explosion, a supernova, that acts as a standard candle, a cosmic yardstick. By measuring how bright these explosions appeared from Earth, they could calculate their distance and, crucially, how fast the universe was expanding at different points in its history. They were expecting to see the brakes being applied. What they found, instead, defied all logic. The universe wasn't slowing down. It was speeding up. It was as if you threw a ball into the air, and instead of it arcing back down towards the ground, it shot upwards into the sky, faster and faster, forever. This was insane. It violated everything we thought we knew. There was no force, no known physics that could explain this. There had to be something else, something counteracting gravity, not a pulling force, but a pushing force, a force woven into the very fabric of empty space itself. They called it dark energy, the phantom in the vacuum. So, what is it? That's the question. And the honest, breathtaking, and humbling answer is, we don't know. We cannot see it. We cannot touch it. We cannot trap it in a bottle or measure it in a lab. It leaves no fingerprint, no shadow, no ripple. Its only signature, its only ghostly handprint on our reality is this cosmic acceleration. It is the ultimate phantom, the master of the universe, working behind a black velvet curtain, but we can feel its effects. We can see what it does. Imagine the cosmos is a vast, silent ocean. We are fish, swimming near the surface, observing the other fish, the plants, the rocks, all the visible matter. We think we understand the water, but one day we notice that all the distant buoys and islands are not just drifting apart. They are accelerating away from each other, and we realize that the ocean itself, the very water we swim in, has a hidden current, a repulsive force that is driving this frantic expansion. That current is dark energy. The most accepted, though still unproven idea, comes from none other than Albert Einstein. Long before Hubble's discovery, Einstein's equations of general relativity suggested that empty space isn't really empty. It has a fundamental energy, a baseline hum of existence. He called it the cosmological constant. He later dismissed it as his greatest blunder, but it seems the universe might have had the last laugh. This energy of the vacuum could be the source of the repulsive push. But the numbers don't add up. When our best theories of the quantum world try to calculate the strength of this vacuum energy, they get a number that is, well, it's wrong. Not just a little wrong. It's 1 0 followed by 120 zeros times 2 strong. If that were the case, the universe would have been torn apart in the first fraction of a second after the Big Bang. We wouldn't be here to talk about it. So, the mystery deepens. Perhaps dark energy isn't a constant. Perhaps it's a dynamic field, a fluid that permeates all of space, changing its properties over time. We've given such fields names: quintessence, named after the fifth element of the ancient philosophers, the substance of the heavenly bodies. How beautiful is that? That our most modern science brings us back to the poetry of the ancients, searching for a celestial essence that governs the cosmos. Or perhaps our understanding of gravity itself is incomplete. Maybe on the grandest scales, Einstein's theory, as magnificent as it is, needs a revision. We are trying to measure the master's work with a broken ruler. Every single one of these possibilities is extraordinary. Each one points to a reality far stranger, far more mystical than we ever imagined. The symphony of nothingness. Let's pause for a moment and consider the sheer, awesome power of this nothing. Dark energy, by our best measurements, makes up about 68% of the entire mass energy budget of the universe. All the galaxies, all the stars, all the planets, every human, every asteroid, every photon of light, all of that visible, beautiful, complex reality is less than 5% of the total. The rest is dark matter, and this dark energy. It is the dominant component of reality. We are the afterthought, the faint, shimmering patina on the surface of an infinite, dark, and energetic deep. And it is this energy that is composing the ultimate fate of the cosmos. Right now, we live in a golden age. The force of gravity is still strong enough on local scales to hold galaxies together. Our Milky Way is a cohesive island in the expanding ocean. Stars are born, planets form, life emerges. It's a temporary oasis, a moment of cosmic structure in the storm. But dark energy is patient. As the universe continues to expand and more empty space is created, the influence of dark energy grows. Billions of years from now, the acceleration will become so fierce that the cosmic horizon will shrink. Galaxies beyond our own local group will be pushed away so fast that their light will no longer be able to reach us. They will vanish from our sky, one by one, like ships disappearing over the edge of the world. The universe for any future civilization will be a lonely, isolated island in an ever-darkening sea. The evidence of a larger cosmos, the very concept of a universe full of galaxies, will be lost to them. The cosmic background radiation, the afterglow of the Big Bang, will have been stretched into undetectability. The history of the universe will be erased. And in the most extreme scenario, the so-called Big Rip, this acceleration could continue unchecked until not even galaxies, not even solar systems, not even atoms can hold themselves together. The very fabric of space-time itself would be torn asunder. This is the power of the phantom. It is not just an interesting curiosity, it is the author of the final chapter of our universe's story, the holographic veil and the nature of reality. So, where does this leave us? We are faced with a force that is utterly dominant, yet completely invisible. A force that seems to be a property of nothingness itself. This is where the line between science and philosophy, even mysticism, begins to blur. The idea that empty space is not empty, but is in fact the most real and active thing there is a concept that echoes through ancient traditions. The Tao Te Ching speaks of the usefulness of the emptiness within a pot, the space within a room. It is the non-thing that defines the thing. What if dark energy is a manifestation of that ancient truth on a cosmic scale? What if the void is not passive, but is a seething, creative, and ultimately destructive presence? Some of the most cutting-edge theories in physics are beginning to point in this direction. The holographic principle, for instance, suggests that our three-dimensional reality, with its stars and galaxies, might be a projection of information stored on a two-dimensional surface at the edge of the universe. That all we see and experience is a magnificent illusion, a cosmic hologram. In such a view, dark energy could be a consequence of the code of reality itself, a glitch, a feature, a fundamental parameter of the simulation we call existence. It would be the energy required to project the volume of the universe, the cost of maintaining the illusion of space. This is why the mystery of dark energy is so profound. It's not just another puzzle to be solved. It is a direct assault on our understanding of what is real. To solve it, we may need to completely redefine concepts like space, time, and energy. We are peering behind the curtain of reality, and we are catching a glimpse of the machinery, and it is nothing like we expected. We are like the first sentient beings to emerge from a cave, blinking in the sunlight, trying to comprehend a world of colors we have no names for. The journey to understand dark energy is the greatest adventure of the human mind. It forces us to be humble, to be curious, and to be brave. It tells us that the universe is far stranger, far more wondrous, and infinitely more mysterious than we ever dreamed. And this is just the beginning. New telescopes, like the James Webb and the upcoming Nancy Grace Roman, are our new eyes into the dark. They will peer deeper into the cosmic past, measuring the acceleration with unprecedented precision. We are on the verge of a revolution in cosmology, and you are here for it. You are a part of this story. If this journey into the cosmic unknown fascinated you, if you felt that sense of wonder, then do me a favor. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. We have so much more to explore together. The riddles of black holes, the enigma of time, the possibility of other universes. The adventure is just getting started, and I want to hear from you. What do you think dark energy is? A force? A field? The breath of a cosmic being? Let me know your most creative, your most mystical thoughts in the comments below. Let's have a conversation that spans the cosmos. Finally, if you want to dive even deeper down this rabbit hole, to explore the idea of a holographic cosmos and the nature of this illusory reality we call home, I've written a book that explores these very ideas. It's called Holographic Multiverse. In it, we connect the dots between dark energy, string theory, consciousness, and the very real possibility that we are living in a projected reality. The link to check it out is in the description below. Thank you for watching. Remember to look up at the night sky. Between those pinpricks of light, in that vast, apparent emptiness, lies the greatest secret of them all. And we are the ones who get to try and unravel it. Stay curious.